York Yankees have traveled to
Moreno, but that was the price they had to pay to get better. When you think about
has had a certain buzz about it. It's been an interesting conversation. Aspects including a 21-year-old New York Yankee top.
it was very respectable. One thing he wants to accomplish this spring season, Varsho, Kiermaier, Britton's in right, it'll be Springer in.
Turnstiles cranking, and baseball begins officially with the first ball
Live in Bo Bichette, and you're going to see it throughout the course of
lining up the start today in a bullpen day that'll feature some familiar names. Back to Toronto.
2015, of course.
3-year deal with the New Deal, couldn't snag it. It'll scoot through, and Donaldson's
him in the center. A challenge for pitchers. Just going to have to change their thinking.
Disengagement might work as a timeout. Corner, that's a fair ball. Get Motors to third.
Yeah, amazing.
Even count a 1-1 like it would be in the regular season for him, but how much? Tapped away foul at the play.
Camp early on. How pitchers can.
Donaldson trots on a bounce. The throw from
top of the first inning. On the runner for the out. Kiermaier in his preparation.
Quick skipper to Biggio at first base. He'll grab it in Merrifield starting it off. Actually, with what he's rolling out there this season.
Yeah, you look at the lineup and 5 lefty hitters in their lineup to face Johnny Brito. Strong arm, and they didn't hit much off in just 230 for the season.
7 seasons in the lineup every day with the Kansas City Royals.
Batter, when you come in mid-season, what he can do.
He'll skip all the way to the wall, the base of the fence, and wet Merrifield.
Power, but you're going to see a lot of extra high-intensity offense. I think it's going to be
loves to swipe third base. Bo takes a first pitch.
Yeah, there's so many things, and now you're going to bring that back.
0-2. Sharply to the shortstop. Volpe looks Merrifield back. Junior.
His batting practice has been terrific.
67 extra. Hermosillo makes the catch. 2 down in the inning.
I was ready to go. I've watched several of his bullpen.
Leadoff double. Here's Matt Chapman. Pulls the first pitch foul. Continued his workout program.
Scoring position.
27 home runs a season ago for Chapman. Smoother defensively, which the middle flagged by Bastidas.
Playing with his timing. 14
in spring for Yusei Kikuchi.
64 innings and a very good ERA.
73 with a collective bargaining agreement. Things got a little bit clunky, but finally
active all off season.
Romano misses.
So he can neutralize a stolen base attempt.
The line and all the way into the corner. Leadoff double for New York. Identified something with Romano, feeling that by shifting just a little bit.
They break down each and every pitch.
Working on it again. Lays off
center field, and now they got him picked off.
Throw down to Chap. Romano baited him into. Lost him on
board home plate. The clocks will flank home him, manage the clock. Umpires are.
Pitch was in front. 0-2, fouled back to keep the at bat. By the time the timer hits 8, the pitch. Now you see that leg start to lift. By the time it hits 0, when it hits 0, the
have a buzzer that will alert them when the clock is. And now think about a pitcher, but he also has to know.
The 1-0, Bastidas lobs it out of play.
Called strike because the batter directly behind home plate.
Mano, easy feed for Biggio over to first. Here in Dunedin, people lined up around the ballpark once again. A good ball club.
Yeah, and the
new bat this afternoon. Territory. Chaparro
to make the catch. Chaparro.
Long-time Tampa Bay Ray will turn 33 in April. 1 limit hit to point B, depending on where the drills are from field 1 to field 2, and that was love the sports science and allowing the players to take Blue Jays team.
Absolutely, you guys were talking about KJ than Kevin Kiermaier.
About his arm and how much of an impact he expects it to make, and he said we have
preparation.
1-1 to Kevin Biggio.
A lot of guys have.
Even count on Biggio at 2 balls. Next inning belongs to shot on the left side. Bare hand for Donaldson. Rod Brantley, the former Yankee, takes a call. He's got his first hit of the spring. Cutting on the corners.
And he fights off this pitch. Jays are threatening here. What's it?
His first hit.
Are threatening here. What's it?
His first at bat this afternoon. Another Arizona Fall League. Either he had a tremendous Fall League going 19.
Team in the Arizona Fall League. He really kind of broke comfortable behind the plate, and he's back in the outfield now.
Pitch is good up for. Just a touch outside from the right hand.
Third situations, just to see what happens.
Downstairs, there is the rule changes and what the umpires are going to encounter. Strike three, ready for the third against the Yanks right after this. On this bullpen day for the skipper, John.
You know, with the new rules especially, it's going to be a little bit of a, trial and error. I think with the new rules, we're just trying to stay what we think may happen.
Volpe dives into
The pitch timer itself will work itself.
See how it works out.
Yeah, for sure. We're trying to get Brant to go there with where JD things we're going to,
bases. Are the pitchers going to have a certain aggressiveness in their comfort level when they're
in terms of disrupting the hitter's timing? I think pickoff move, focus on the first three pitches, 2 out of the first 3 pitches being strikes. It's a good problem to have. You can really rough with him with the injuries, and there was a lot of hype and expectations around him. A play that we practice quite a bit when we start our. Yeah, it's definitely a good opportunity to see it in real time.
Take away from 2 solid innings yesterday.
Swing to go with it right now, so we're excited with where he is. We really are.
First victim of the
water bucket right now. It's hot.
John, when you talk about fundamental,
guys are going to get, you're going to do your, it pays dividends. It also doesn't hurt to have a guy like Addy Barger detail with what you're doing, a year off or do something else. And we started making some phone calls, and the first thing that everyone notices is that we can hit, and then I think the second thing you say is over. If you look at it any given night, you got 3 center fielders out there between Varsh and Cake, a lot better at, but those 3 guys, they're out there. They got 1 speed and 1 speed only. Having that skill set, it's really unique that he can catch. He can, that we got that skill set.
Yankees have the bases.
Kind of more of the same, man. I mean, you see him. He's in the dugout factor that we knew we were getting. The type of pitcher we knew we were getting. Every little thing counts. So the fact that he's there supporting there, and I think him being here in January, there's 100. Look, I knew what I was doing.
Yankees leave him loaded midway through 3.
And boy, he and Don.
It's enough credit on how far he has come defensively at first base. From the Kansas City Royals,
He can run. He can do a lot of things to help you. And there's part of Jace. Yeah, John Snyder likes him in both of those fits.
A bluff by liner out to right. Twist numbers to make the catch.
Broke. He didn't get a great move, and it looks like a.
Runners go, takes upstairs on a bounce.
Now, I question the umpire's position. It was safe, but you're not going to review it right there.
Expand. Ball to center. Hermosillo is there with your first spring training broadcast.
And now they're going to open up more of those.
Cross paths a lot with Trent Thornton. Trying to make his
seasons in Anaheim.
Center from the bat of Narvaez. Carlos Narvaez.
In games, and we're not seeing many of.
Looking with me. Said, ask how Aaron Judge do think.
Well, what you're looking at early in this ballpark here in Dunedin.
He's into the gap, played on a bounce that ball. 3 straight hits. 4
prospects in all of baseball.
Off the handle.
Starts his swing and couldn't.
Runners going from first. There's the pitch out. Brantley's throw is off.
Start against Barton. There he goes to third.
On a bounce, the field comes in. Bard misses with the break. Volpe, Donaldson on the corners.
So here's another situation.
Runner from first is going. Has chopped away foul at the plate.
And how they're going to impact the game.
Struck out to second. Merrifield with a long feed for Bichette. But interesting, Buck, when you think about the rules and how went in around 2014, it took within the first 5 weeks. Chapman on the move, scoops it up, lets it go for out. for the duration of camp since the beginning of
playing golf and going fishing. Lots of good things happen.
Matt Chapman and his, John Schneider was, and I talked with Varsho before the ball game in Bradenton. I said, you know what?
Phillies.
He'll stop shy of the track. 96. He said spring training.
And coaches and teammates of shows, and that's how he ended up with Dalton and John.
It is a bullpen day for the Toronto Blue Jays, who trail.
That's why they do. I want them opportunities, and as long as I could, and as the days went by, just was so hard to run. That's my game. So here I am, thrilled to be here. And I was not going to let anyone tell me that I wasn't good enough, or I was with these guys, and I want to get to the playoffs and have success there.
Point in your career in the minor leagues, was there a turning point for you where you figured out you can play this game?
I very might well be a Blue Jay. And how everything plays. We'll do our homework before.
To this new teammate of yours.
Yeah, it was in baseball. Kev, what type of player are we? We sit here and talk about it. Hey, I want to play when the and I was so happy I had success there because with these new rules throughout the whole year, and it'll be
brought in to have any command. He hit a batter, walked through.
Scoop by Orelvis Martinez to second for one. Quick turn. As I just turned to my right. And I asked Buck, there's got to be no better feeling for a
good event to attend.
Coming up on April the 24th. Lined up, I am in awe. And how long? Serve up the middle, plunging backhanded stop and shoot. His second at bat to trickle in for Toronto. Bradley got nicked.
Dramatically important with the absence isn't reported at all. So Bradley is really important.
Closer and closer then toward be ready to go. So they will not. One of the more experienced guys. This is L.J. Talley batting for Whit Merrifield. Runner from first is going as Espino takes off the throw all the way.
Round pick in 2019 it is. We've heard it a lot throughout the course here, so it's good to see Bo still in the dugout.
Back near the walkway and feet swing, Buck.
We had 12 home runs last year between
2 feet. Solomon side earlier today about Barger, and they expect a big spring.
They're in spring training for the first time.
All the way to the wall. Barger racing towards second. Blue Jays might have found this year's
power bat. Reminds me a little bit of Eric Hinson. Anticipated getting a break.
And you can forget it. Idea on the.
Vladdy is. There's so much upside in Vladdy's game. His work ethic is so good. His routine is so refined.
Line drives, live line drives all over the ballpark. Right chair grabbing that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. afternoon. Pop to second and to center.
2 strikes.
Again.
Yes, I am. It starts in Taiwan and China. I tell you what, if you've never seen a in Puerto Rico, they're all in the pool in Miami.
Max Burt with a lazy fly ball to center
as well. So
he's a platinum blonde now.
Yeah, that's play for Team USA, so that tells you players think of the tournament.
Poke to first.
I mean, he can bring a lot of
one out to left field. That will reach the here in the 6th.
Runs for the Yankees too early on. The pitcher still get a run back.
A lot between Talley and Nunez on the right side.
Stay inside of and keep it fair.
Peacock away. Bill Clark will pick it up. Center. Shortstop's there to put it away. The difference in the bases. I mean, if you see him side by side.
Probably will help in the safety aspect of things.
This is Raynard.
22 years old.
For a moment. Now camps out underneath.
Minor leagues. College players come back once they.
Diving stop by Hinson away from first. 60. Roa on the run, can't track it down towards second, tiptoes in. Earlier today, Tim Mays.
Old school baseball, Ben.
Work fast, throw strikes, get outs. Right there for strike 3.
We mentioned he's 27.
Martinez, Addison Barger next to the tarp. Us up here. We've never fluidly than we did today. Lawrence throw the ball tomorrow against him. Jose Barrios, who is part of this rotation, he's looking for crisp because you know how much of an artist Ryu will be with.
Interesting.
I got the sense that he
looks pretty darn good.
Jamie Ritchie chops it down to third, handled by. They are very excited about all the change. Fly ball out to right field. Outnumbered
Professional season in 2020.
out in front, a little miscommunication.
Bothered by injuries last couple of years.
Swing roller knocked down by Yanger. Looks and play a Rogers center. For Baroa getting to the wall and it not slowed down after.
See him hustling around the bases. This ball is going. Opportunity presented itself.
There's that big break in all of those categories. It's possible because he can change the game with one swing. So it's not like
Prior to Bassett's year.
hard liner handled in center Yankees. So there's still a little bit of a gap when you're trying to win the division. I ask Aaron Boone, who's not with the.
You don't need that competitive ready for the season.
Flare out, back it down. They'll retrieve it in foul territory. Last inning, now trying to get the Blue Jays their last licks. Nunez underneath it. All's in, out. Number selection from the New York Mets a couple of years ago. Forward, cut off in the hole by the third baseman. On to first by. On April the 11th. Strike 3 on Talley.
He had a 3-run home run in his spring debut. So overall.